September 12, 2001. Hamid fancies himself as an up-and-coming comedian, despite the fact that he's not even remotely funny. "Oh, yeah? What guy?" I ask. Hamid explained through his thick accent that someone was asking questions about me. "He asked me, do you work at Magic Castle, and are you same guy who is working at Magic Shop?" He described the man who was then 5 doors down the street, warding off 2 pushy salesmen at a women's clothing store. "Hasn't found me yet. Thanks for the tip, though." Hamid suppressed a grin and leaned over the service counter. "Tell me, Drake, what is difference between pizza and magician?" I shrugged and shook my head. "The pizza can feed family of 4. He followed this up with an ear-splitting cackle. I gave him a courtesy laugh and then said, "Your gag meter's always running, Hamid. Unfortunately, I can't afford the 2-drink minimum." As I walked away, the Giro jokester slapped an impromptu rim shot on the counter and called out, "I'll be here to end of the week." Now that's comedy. He'll probably be there to the end of his life. I soon found myself back at the Hollywood Magic Shop. There was a small crowd between the front entrance of the shop and Frederick's of Hollywood, the famous lingerie store next door. As usual, this meant that Tony Molly was working the 3-card monte. Tony's one of the best card handlers I've ever seen, not that I would ever admit that to him. His surname is borrowed from the insider's term for his con, which is due to the ethnic mispronunciation of the word Monty. Like most other sleight-of-hand men, Tony turns it up a notch when I'm around. Ours was a friendly rivalry, but he likes to flaunt the money he makes on the street. That's the reason he throws Molly right next to the magic shop, to show me that a life of crime pays much better than the straight and narrow path I'd chosen. There's a correlation between the performance of magic and felony, a common bond between magicians and crooks. We're not directly related, more like first cousins. The main difference is that those of us who use our powers for good instead of evil aren't interested in serving time or getting their thumbs broken in back alleys. After shooting me a brief look of recognition, Tony went back to fleecing the sheep. He's a modern-day snake oil man, as smooth with his rap as he is with his mitts. While continually scanning the surrounding area for cops, Tony busted out some old-school patter that would have made Eminem jealous. "A little game of hanky-poo, the black for me, the red for you. Yo, riddle-diddle, I'm the cat with the fiddle. Pays you to follow the card in the middle." I love how Tony tells people he's going to rip them off, even as they're about to hand over their money. In that context, fiddle means to swindle, yet the spectators consider it nothing more than a cute little nursery rhyme. His con is no more deceptive than anything going on in corporate boardrooms all across the country, but at least Tony Molly lets the suckers know they're going to get screwed in advance. "Watch me close, don't blink your eyes, I'll dish you with a big surprise. Follow the lady, watch the queen, pick the red and win the green." You actually have a better chance of winning 3-card monte if you close your eyes and take a guess. But the operator wants you to pay close attention, to follow his moves carefully, because the more you try to follow the money card, the easier it is for him to lead you away from it. Your eyes are easy to fool. Your intuition isn't as gullible. The 2 sticks working with Tony tried to box me out by standing on either side and slightly in front of me. A shill, or stick as most operators prefer to call them, is a guy who acts like a spectator but is actually in on the scam for a percentage of the take. In this well-rehearsed production, one of the sticks places a bet and, well, what do you know? He picked the right card. This is designed to get naive onlookers to conclude that it can't be that difficult, especially since they would have picked the same card. The stick on my left swung his elbow back and gave me a light jab in the ribs to let me know he was there, while the one on my right held my arm to prevent me from placing a bet. I grabbed the hand on my wrist and removed it from my arm. The stick gave me a look of warning, which I ignored. Tony juked and jived, showing and throwing behind a cardboard box turned upside down to serve as a makeshift table. He was poetry in motion, expertly tossing 2 black aces and a red queen, the money card. After the hype move, the imperceptible switch of one of the aces for the queen, I studied the 3 cards lying face down on the box. Then I removed my wallet, took out